Gaming has always been an important part of my life. Whether it was growing up on the Wii, Xbox 360, or towards my beginning of my teenage years on the PS4 and the Xbox One. It's always been a huge factor in my life. Whether it was playing with my parents on Wii Sports, making friends on online games like Overwatch and COD, or just playing with friends in real life as well, for that matter. It's always been a huge part of my life. I'd say I've had a good life, but just always been my main hobby. An escape, I guess, from reality. Something fun to do. I don't know, I've always loved it. Especially back in the day, man. The industry felt more pure back in the day. More pure. I don't know why it was so hard to say that, but pure. It was more pure. Of course, they're still trying to make money, but I feel like there was more soul in the industry, The companies weren't afraid to make games that they wanted to, Everyone wanted... Companies made the games they wanted to, not what they had to, There was much more risk-taking. Developers had less to work with, and so they pushed their systems to the max, to the hardest they could, on the limited hardware they had, But nowadays, it feels like gaming isn't full of people anymore. It's full of suits. It's full of the top elite of the companies, It's moved on from us. We can see that through Sony. Obviously, if you saw my last video, we all know what happened with Sony. Obviously, them shutting down the PS Vita and PS3 stores, it is bad. I do kind of understand it, where they're coming from. They are old servers, and I guess, there's not a lot of people using them. There's not a lot of people buying games from the digital stores, so I get it, and there's costs of upkeeping in that. But still, I feel like it can't be that much. And I feel like there's still probably a decent amount of people that have had no reason to move on and are probably still using the PS3. Maybe less so the Vita, because we all know how the Vita went sales-wise, but the PS3 for sure. There's going to be people still using that, so there's cutting that off, cutting games off, games that will never exist again because they're stuck on those stores. It's still pretty bad, and it takes off online servers as well for games that were present on those consoles. Along with that, they also did the 300 movie, taking down the 500 movies. 500 movies due to licensing issues. And you'd think, oh, Bing, surely they would have, maybe given a refund, given some credit on the store. Nah, nothing. Not even a newsletter or nothing. Just like that, it's gone. Snap of the finger, it's gone. That is bullshit. That is pure bullshit. That is just that's wrong. Okay, people paid for that, and now they have literally nothing. They have nothing to show for it. Okay. Another BS thing that Sony's doing is discontinuing games coming from PlayStation to PC, like their exclusive first-party titles, which I think, again, that is just bullshit. Their reasoning is because, of course, they want people on their ecosystem, people will be spending money on PlayStation, but the PC side, they were making money on the PC ports, and I bet, I'm not a game developer, but I bet you they were not spending a lot of money on those ports. They were probably so easy to make, they just outsourced it to another company, they just did it, boom, boom, boom. That shit was not expensive at all. Not expensive at all, and they're making money on that. What are we even talking about right now? What are we even talking about? It's literally free money for them. It allows PC players to experience their games without having to pay for their overpriced hardware and overpriced games, and overpriced PS Plus. But whatever. I guess I'll just play the rest of my games. It's not that big of a deal, but still. It's another thing that's pretty anti-consumer in my opinion. Of course, the getting rid of discs, we all saw it coming. It was inevitable. I think digital sales on PlayStation were 85%. Of course, we're moving in the digital direction. Me personally, I buy most of my games digitally. I am on PC, so basically I have no choice to buy them, but digitally. The only games I do buy physically are Nintendo games because, they have the option. And I like having games on my shelf. It's cool seeing your physical collection. But that's only a recent thing of mine in that light. that's only a recent thing of mine. So for most of the time, yeah, I'm on digital. So I completely understand it, but still, it is still bullshit. It is still a bad decision. It just allows them to have a monopoly over their own store. It's just bad, bad, bad. Okay, bad, bad, bad. What does the all digital mean for sales? Like, now that I don't have to compete with physical games, they can just keep the prices higher, less sales. Something like God of War will stay full price. When it would go down to half price in the stores, it'll still be full price on digital. And now there's no stores, they don't even have to do sales as often, you know? And one final thing about Sony is that, well, like, them buying Bungie must have been the biggest fumble of all time. Like, they just laid off so many people because all Bungie's doing now is making Marathon, and they've killed Destiny 2, which, you know, I used to play Destiny 2. I loved it back in the day. I don't play it now, but, like, I think them ending support for Destiny 2 is the worst thing Bungie could do, because I feel like Marathon, while the game does look interesting, I feel like it's way too niche. Like, even on Steam charts, it's only at like 2,000 to 7,000 players a day, which is alright, but for a game that costed like an estimated 250 million or something like that to make, like, I just don't think it's going to survive, right? I think this might be the end of Bungie, to be honest with you. It's a real shame, because Destiny was good. We all know how good Halo was. Like, they're a talented company. They've lost a lot of their talented crew. Now they're just making, like, Marathon, the art direction's good, the gunplay feels good. I played the beta. It all feels good, but it's just like, it just doesn't have the same source that Destiny does, you know? Like, Destiny, it was different, man. And they could easily just put all of their resources into Destiny and make so much more money than they did off Marathon. But, it is what it is. But I see a lot of people, you know, looking towards Xbox now, maybe considering possibly switching over to Xbox in the future, but the grass isn't always greener, you know? Like, they're not out of the hot seat either. Like, I think ever since how long has it been? Like 13 years? Yeah, 2013, since the Xbox One release, they have been performing so poorly. They have been doing so bad, but, like, they've just been making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Like, a couple wins here and there, obviously. They had the release of Game Pass, which was like a big success for them, but I feel like Game Pass now is probably hindering them more than they're actually benefiting from it, you know? They just laid off like almost 3,200 employees, and they're getting rid of 4 studios. They sold off Ninja Fury, which made like the Hellblade games. They sold off Undead Labs, which is State of Decay games. So, I mean, at least those studios are safe. Like, they're still going to be making those games. They're not shut down, but... And then they did release Double Fun and Compulsion games as well, which, you know, they made more like niche games, I think. So, I mean, I get why they would lay them off, but yeah, this is just like the fallout from Phil Spencer's just absolute spending spree, buying up Bethesda and Activision. 2 of the worst purchases ever, by the way, because, like, what has Bethesda done since What has Bethesda done since Microsoft bought them? All they did that I can recall is literally release Starfield and probably another 5 versions of Skyrim. Like, let's be real. Like, what are we even talking about here? And then Activision, like, what CODs have they released under Microsoft so far? Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7. Okay, like, really, like, they paid like something like 70 billion. I don't have the exact number. I'm not doing research right now, but like 70 billion for that. Like, such an overpay for that company. And like, that has just caused them to like not be making money, because like, how are they supposed to profit when they spent all this money on companies that aren't giving the money back, you know, aren't making money back? And it's just been a catastrophic failure, and now it's, you know, leading to employees of other studios being fired. Like, look at ID, id Software, you know, id Software, makers of the Doom trilogy. Like, I get Dark Ages didn't sell as well. You know why it didn't sell as well? Because it was on Game Pass. So everyone just played it on Game Pass. Like, what? But they lost, like, I think they went from 200 employees to 36. It's just, yeah, it's just terrible. But I think that they're possibly going in a better direction now. Maybe. with Asha Sharma, she seems like she's got her head screwed on. Like, I thought as soon as she got hired, like, Sony came from an AI division, they would just kill Xbox. But she seems to be, a bit locked in. Of course, the jury's not out yet. It's only been a couple months. We've got to see where she goes with the Helix and all that. But it's looking promising. Yeah, it's looking promising overall. But still, game consoles are not in a good spot right now. And a bit on before talking about like us being priced out of gaming, like that most of that has to do with bloody AI. Like, I actually fucking hate AI. Like, okay, do I technically hate AI? No, I do use the big GPT and a little Claude here and there, but like, vast majority of AI use is just fucking real slop. The slops on reels, like Jeffrey Epstein versus Spider-Man, shit like that. Just the stupidest brain dead shit ever. And we're using all of our resources for it, and now gaming is becoming so much more expensive because of it. Like, the price hikes, like, we've had multiple Xbox price increases in the past year, multiple PS5 price increases in the past year. Let me just show you an example. Right now, the PS5 Pro is worth $1,400 in Australia. Like, you could buy a pre-built PC for that. Like, what are we talking about? That is terrible. That is so bad. And it's just like, and of course, the big elephant in the room here for consoles, the Steam Machine. The Steam Machine got screwed over so hard by this AI thing. That console is so ridiculously expensive for like the base model, which doesn't even come with a controller. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know the exact numbers, but it is like 1.6K, I think, for the base model, somewhere around there. I have a screenshot on the screen, so don't worry about it. But something like that, it's just absurd. Like, why are they doing this? Like, I mean, to be fair, I don't blame Valve. Like, I think they wanted it to be like roughly half the price of it, maybe like $400 or $500 off. But at the current price, like, no one's gonna be able to justify the purchase. Like, it's not worth it. The parts in it are not worth that price. So I feel like as soon as they can, they will drop the price, which is good. But it's just unfortunate their circumstances. And shockingly, Nintendo, who everyone was complaining about the Switch 2 price, is now the most affordable console. They had one price rise, but still way lower than everyone else. Probably because they are making probably good margins on it, so they didn't need to push it up too much. Because it is a pretty weak console, but still, okay. One thing I've noticed over the years is that I feel like smaller dev teams, smaller groups of devs that are more concentrated are make better games. Like indie games, stuff like Shovel Knight, stuff like Hollow Knight, of course. Like classics, like, and they're cheaper games as well. Like, these are the games that anyone can afford, and they're good quality. Many hours of gameplay, like, they just peak. Like, they're just so good. And I think it's good that people are more diversifying their gameplay experience instead of just relying on AAA. Because I feel like AAA is getting real lazy these days. Like, look in July alone. What are the big games that are coming out this month? AC Black Flag Resynced, which Black Flag is my favorite AC, so, there's a bit of nostalgia there, but I still think, a little bit lazy. Like, they did a lot of work on the remake, but still. Halo Campaign Evolved, another remake, We got the Rayman remake, Rayman Legends remake coming out in October. And like the biggest game right now on PS5 is the BO2 and BO1 ports. Not even remasters or nothing, just ports, Like, man. Those two games from the golden age of gaming, man, I swear. Back in like, well, I was too young for like the 2000 era, but probably like 2010 to 2009 to like, I don't even know, like 2017. Like, I swear gaming was just so good. They were just releasing bangers, so many bangers, man. And like, I don't know, the games were complete. There was no like waiting for an update to fix the game. There was no, the game will be ready in 1 to 2 years. None of this live service shit that every game has, no battle passes and that. Like, yeah, they're really pushing the limits of the console. You'd have a complete game on launch. Like, look at the old CODs to the new CODs, There's a reason that everyone's buying the BO1 and BO2 ports, because those are some of the best CODs ever. People want to relive the magic, And it being this popular shows not just nostalgia. Like, the games are just better, I think really money has ruined gaming. Like the people making these decisions aren't the developers. It's the suits. It's the people in the top of the company, and they're appealing to shareholders. They're not even appealing to us consumers anymore. They're appealing to the shareholders, squeezing every dollar out of us, just penny pinching. It's actually ridiculous. Like, it's so bad. Like, even if you look at like stop killing games, like that was a good movement trying to, allow us to own the games we bought forever and have access to playing them forever. And it got shut down in Europe. Like, they rejected it. Like, what? Like, even the government doesn't want to deal with this. It's just, yeah, they're all in it together. Like, they're against us. It's pretty bad. Like, and just like, before I go, like, new games are doing worse. And I feel like people aren't buying many new games anymore. Like, I saw research, like, a lot of, like 60% of like console gamers are only buying like 1 or 2 games a year. And I guess that's because like it's too expensive now. And like all of the people, like a lot of the younger generation are addicted to like live service games like Roblox and Minecraft and that. Well, not Minecraft, like Fortnite, I should say. And so they're not buying other games. And also like for the older generation, for like people growing up, they've got a huge backlog of gaming. Like, for me, example, I'll just ramble on about some of the games I've got, I've got Borderlands 2 and 3. I want to play those. I played the first one, loved it. I want to play those. Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Actually, all the Zelda games. I haven't really played a Zelda game yet. I've got the Bioshock trilogy. I want to play all of those. Heard they're really good. Infamous 1 and 2. The Uncharted games. I keep going on. I really could. I've got a bunch of games in my backlog. Persona 5, 3 and 4. Like, I've got a bunch of games, but I'll leave it there. And I just, man, it's a shame what the gaming industry has turned into now. There's still many good games. Like, I'm not saying there aren't good games, but I just feel like, it's going in a really bad direction. A direction away from us, Like, it's not for us anymore. It's for the dollar. It's for the money, And it's sad, man, but as always, it was Bing. I know I was a bit yapping today. I was yapping like crazy, but hope you guys enjoyed it. I was trying a different thing. I'm not going on script right now. I've got some bullet points and I'm just reading off that. I'm trying to yap my way through the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.